Okay, this is going to be part two of Trump's Iron Wall. Because, yeah, it's the truth. I mean, the whole reason, I mean, it's the truth. The USA is run the same way the USSR was. That's not anymore. I get tired of people in the US keep saying, oh, Russia, communism, blah, blah, blah. You're the one living in the communist countries now? You still live in the communist country. Like I said, man, government won the American Civil War. The government won the American Civil War. They beat the people. Confederacy, the people who were fighting for the people on the Confederate side, they were fighting for their own rights, to run their own businesses. Okay, that's what the Confederacy was fighting for. Okay, slavery thing was like a byproduct. Okay, the main purpose for the war was the Union Army, the Union government that was, in control of everything prior to the split. Okay, they wanted those 13 states back under their control, under the Union Communist government's control. They didn't want the people controlling their own businesses, the Union. The Union didn't want people controlling their own businesses. The Union government wanted to control everything. They wanted control of everything under their one mother government. That's why the people formed the Confederacy, to get out from under being controlled by one mother government. That's why the Confederacy formed. That's the initial reason it formed. So people can run their own businesses, run their own lives, more of their own lives. That's why the Confederacy formed. Okay? Confederacy, everybody knows, lost because they were outnumbered. Not only that is they weren't established as well as the northern states were. Okay? So the government won the American Civil War. To the victor goes the spoils. The Union, the people fighting in the Union Army, they were fighting for their government. They were fighting for the government. They were being financed by the government. They were being supplied arms from the government. The Union Army. They were fighting for the Union government. They were fighting for their government to take back the rights away from the Confederate people. Okay, that's what the initial. They wanted to control the cotton gins. Okay, they wanted to control all the industry. The Union government. They wanted to control those cotton gins. They didn't want the people of the Confederacy run their own cotton gins, their own industries. They didn't want that. They wanted to control everything. I'm not going to go into all this details and everything. I'm just going by just practicality. How the society works now is how it worked then. Government, and all the government's doing now under Joe Biden is trying to do is try to. There's they've been trying to do it all these years. The U.S. Union government's been trying to do this all these years, and now that they've been slowly trying to get it back where the government can go back to British rule, go back to United Kingdom British rule. That's what that's what our U.S. government has been trying to do forever. Take back full control of this country like they had prior to the American Civil War. I want to talk about Trump. Okay, see, the thing is, I'm a European. I'm not an American. I'm not American. I don't classify myself as American because I have no American Indian in my heritage. To me, they are the true Native Americans. I'm a European that was born in America in 1968. Okay, that's who I'm born from, not where I'm born. One more time, that determines my nationality. I'm European. I'm 30% Western European, 70% Eastern European. That's where all my ancestors came from. That's where all my blood relatives are from. Europe. I don't have any blood relatives here. I have far more over there than I ever had here. So, generations. And yes, I want to feel free to be able to jump on a plane as long as I get their permission in Europe, Eastern Europe. That's all I want, to go over there. As long as I get, like Ukraine's permission, I want to be able to go anytime I want over there. I'm afraid of, what I'm scared of is these other countries are going to block themselves off from America, not the other way around. See, it's going to reverse. America isn't going to be keeping other countries out. Other countries are going to be keeping us out from visiting their countries. And we're all going to be locked inside. I don't want to be locked inside this country. It's not that great. The main thing I like about this country is the land itself. Okay? Most of the people in this country I cannot stand anymore in the U.S. Tell you the truth, I don't want to be locked in this country with the U.S. I'm more about America. I hate the U.S. I hate the U.S. side. That's the communist side. I'm more about America. I ain't gonna be locked in this country with you communist U.S. citizens, because I don't support you, the U.S. citizens. I support the American people. Cities, all the cities and all the metropolitan areas, they represent the U.S. communist citizens. Out in the rural land where I prefer to live in the country, they support the American people. Unfortunately, the American people had lost the war to the communist U.S. citizens. I'm not a citizen of this country. I'm an American person. I'm not no U.S. communist citizen. So I don't want to be trapped in the communist U.S. because it controls America. Okay, if it was the other way around, if the Confederacy would have won, the American people would be controlling the U.S. government. The U.S. is the government side of this country. America is the people's side. Unfortunately, it's the USA, not the ASU. Okay, U.S. comes first, unfortunately. And first of all, I wish we could turn this into the ICA, Independent Countries of America. And we could get rid of our communist leftist house-spawn, Republican, Democratic, communist government. I'm a Confederate. You know, Confederates. I'm a Confederate. I'm a Confederate. Only way this country, the people can take this country back from the government if the Confederacy rises again. One more time. One more time. So that's another reason, I don't want to be trapped in this country. I don't want to be trapped in the U.S. To me, after going to Ukraine, it's not that great over here. It's not that great over here. I've been going to Ukraine since 2014. And every year I come back, I want to leave that much more. So I don't want to be trapped in this country. But I just can't go. I have to get their permission in Ukraine to go over there, or Russia. I respect them. I respect them in Eastern Europe, so I'm going to respect their ways. I'm gonna do everything the legal way, the right way. Try to be the good guy. Okay, if that doesn't work, then what other alternative do I have, right? I'm trying to live by their laws, but unfortunately, in this country, they keep making more things illegal in this country on both sides of the aisle. What one side doesn't screw up, the other side does. What the Democrats don't screw up, the Republicans do, because when it comes to leaders, they're still on the same side. They're still on the same side. It's the followers that are being divided. Okay, your leaders, your Republican Democratic leaders, they're still on the same side. The only people who are being divided are their stupid voters, the dumbass voters out there. You're the ones that dividing yourself. Okay, the leaders, all your Ted Cruz and Donald Trumps and Bidens and McConnells and Graham and you know they're all, I mean, AOC, whatever, they're all laughing at their voters for being so, they can't believe you're still so stupid and naive to keep voting for these clowns to run your freaking life when they can't even run their own. And it's just like, it's not even, I mean, it's ridiculous in this country. It gets pathetic more every year in the U.S. They keep, you know, we lost our industry. That's when this country died. The minute we joined NAFTA, the minute we got fooled into joint, well, the leaders of the people, we don't vote for what happens in this country. We don't have a vote. We sent the U.S. representatives of our states who are part of the government to do the voting for us. Okay, and in the end, they're going to vote for what the government wants because they're part of the government, not the people. They're going to pretend to vote for the people, but no, they're lying about that. They're all once you're in the government, you're part of that boys' club. You're a permanent member, and they do it to make money. All these people run for politics for the free benefits and all the free money they're going to be getting. I mean, they go in being, just average citizens. Everybody goes, most people, they come out being millions of dollars richer. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not gonna stick up for, I ain't voting ever again. I want to get out of this country. I want to leave this country. I want to go back to my native country, Europe. That's my native country, not America. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, that about do it. This is gonna be the last video I probably ever will do.